things I want to talk about now is the two types of ways that you can profit from music royalties. The first way is through a process called an auction. An auction is basically what Michael Jackson did back in 1984, 85 when he originally purchased the Beatles catalog. Those of you who are big music buffs are probably familiar with when Michael Jackson outbid Paul McCartney for, at that time, was the Beatles catalog. Over time, that catalog kept adding additional titles to it, kept increasing in value, and at some point in the future, that catalog was worth substantially more. Michael Jackson sold 50% of that catalog to Sony AVI, and then later on, his estate sold the remaining 50% to a private investor fund. Okay, those are all examples of auctions. Okay, and basically with a music royalty auction, you're purchasing a equity share, or you're purchasing ownership. Okay, it could be a fractional ownership or total ownership in music royalties or in the equity interest of a particular music catalog, and that entitles you to receive a percentage of whatever the proportionate percentage of whatever that particular music catalog is earning. In this particular case, we have two auctions available right now. Casey Musgrove has an auction available, and then there are other royalty catalogs that if you watch like MTV, VH1, all of these other networks, and you hear like some of the background music, there's a royalty income that someone is earning off of that music. In this particular case, this particular catalog is actually, the current price is $72,000. And if you look at this $72,000, okay, for 25% ownership, and that's so far is what the bid is right now, $72,000. 8 people have bid on it. There are 4 days left in the auction. In the last 12 months, $18,677. That investment term will be for the life of the author plus 70 years. That means basically 70 years, up to 70 years after the author actually dies is when you will be able to receive income. Okay, so basically that person's entire life plus 70 years. That is an auction. These are two open auctions right now. Okay, another way that you can participate in the profitability of a music catalog is through something called a peer advance. And a peer advance is basically where an artist, a producer, a writer will have a catalog of music, and they basically don't want to sell it. They just want to borrow money for a short period of time. That's what's called a peer advance. Okay, and a peer advance, basically you put up some money, a big chunk of money, and they just pay you back that money with interest over a particular period of time. In this particular case, $51,250 for a pure advance. This person would earn a 9.75% return in 10 months. So basically they would get $51,250 plus 9.75% in the span of 10 months. So this is basically where you're lending money to owners of a particular catalog. That is a pure advance. This, which is an auction, is when you're actually purchasing an equity stake, purchasing ownership in a music catalog. The website is royaltyexchange.com. Create your username, password. You'll be able to look at not only current open auctions and advance requests, you'll also be able to look at closed advance requests, that's past advance requests, and auctions that are live and those that are closed. If you go in here, I think one time I saw Joe, and those of you who are huge 90s R&B fans, you all know about Joe. He had a catalog in here one time, and he wanted a six-figure amount, or right at him, I think it was $1 million and something dollars. That thing was earning 6 figures a year. Okay, so look at DJ Khaled for free. Look here. This is one of his for free featuring Drake. Look at this. Look how much, $44,500, 12-month period of royalties, $15,651. You guys know Drake. Santana's No One to Depend On. Somebody paid $40,000 for that. Okay, so what I'm getting at here is there are tons. If you just create a username and password, browse around and look at all of the music royalties that you could have actually bid on and made money from. You don't have to be a writer, producer, artist to make money from music royalties. You just got to know where to go to find those royalties to bid on. That's all I got for you, ladies and gents. Again, royaltyexchange.com. That's where you need to go. Create your username and password. Check out peer advances and auctions.